Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Briefly I want to talk about driving in Malaysia. If you're coming to Malaysia anytime soon, if you're planning to come to Malaysia anytime soon and you would like to drive here, even if you're coming here for tourism for quite briefly, there's one major thing you need to understand. If you're coming from a Western country, like countries that drive like the US or some West African countries. West African countries, we drive on the right side, and in Malaysia they drive like the UK, they drive on the left side. The steering wheel is on the right hand side, but the cars drive on the left side of the road. But in West African countries, mostly we drive, the steering wheel is on the left hand side, and we drive on the right side of the road. So if you're coming to Malaysia, usually if you have your country's license, and if you're coming here, if you're going to stay for a long time, if you're staying briefly, you can use an international driver's license to drive here briefly. But if you're going to stay here for more than a year, usually the police or the traffic police will advise you to go convert your country's license to the local license here, or you can go to the school and get the training to drive in Malaysia, and then you can get the local license. It costs about 1,500 ringgit. So, and then you can use it to drive here. Sometimes it's quite easy to understand the way the driving happens here, but sometimes it can be a little bit confusing also, especially if you're coming from a country that is used to driving on the right side of the road and with the steering on the left hand side of the car. So if you're coming from such countries like Nigeria or Ghana or all those West African countries, usually if you come here, if you try to drive initially, it would be a little bit confusing for you, but within some time you get used to it. But make sure you don't make any careless traffic mistakes, because it might cause an accident, which is not good, and not good for your record also. So you just have to be quite careful. You just have to be quite careful if you want to drive here. If you think that it's going to be a little bit of problem for you to master the way they drive here, then it's very much advisable for you to go to the school, the driving school, and get the training, and then you can get your local license. So it will be much more easier for you to master the traffic flow here. But if you think that you can be able to switch very easily, then you can be able to use your international license, or you can convert it to the local license, and then you can be able to drive already. So usually there's an airport taxi or there's an airport rental. If you're coming to Malaysia and you wish to, if you already know where you're staying, where you're going to stay, and you wish to drive from the airport to your place of residence, you can rent a car from the airport. But usually the airport rental companies, they demand a credit card, so you have to have a credit card to do the rental from them. If you don't have a credit card, they would not rent their cars to you. So if you have a credit card, you can easily rent from there. If you already have your international driver's license, then you can rent the car from the airport, and then you can drive straight to your place of residence with the help of Google Maps or Waze. So the alternative also, you can use the taxi, the airport taxi, even though it's a little bit expensive, but still affordable. Or you can use airport bus. They have some bus systems that goes to the major places in the city. Or you can use a train station also, but you have to use the bus to connect to the train stations if the bus is not going direct to your place. Whichever one that is more convenient for you, they have all of those services provided at the airport. So it's much easier for you to get by here, even if you don't have anyone to pick you at the airport. You can easily get by with Google Maps if you already have where you are going to stay before you arrive here. So that's how it works, and not so difficult, and I hope you get used to it if you're coming to Malaysia very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.